Hey, happy Father's Day to all the men. And of course, some of the women who also take the father's role. Let me see if I can stream them on Facebook here from this computer here. Wow. Praise God, we are alive. We made it through another year. Okay, it's like it's on this one here. All right, it's on the more. Okay. I have to find the more. Okay. Let me see.
Hi, Chief. Happy Father's Day. Chief, I can't stay long. I just calling to let you know, just say Happy Father's Day. Our system is down, our critical system is down, it's affecting all the other systems in the network to go down. So security had to come and pick me up at home. I got a curfew pass and I'm running back down to the port to fix the issue, okay? So may God bless you to see many, many Father's Days.
Thank you, sister.
All right. Love you.
All right, love you.
Bye.
Bye.
Yeah. Maria, that's your sister, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I remember her.
Okay, so we're going live. First time I'm doing it from the So we talk about different things, so as well, all what's been happening, so forth.
Okay, welcome to all on Facebook. Which group is this being streamed in?
This is on my Facebook page itself.
On your main page?
Yes.
Oh, so this is fully public?
Yes. All what's been happening.
All right, so welcome all and a happy Father's Day to all fathers internationally, regionally, and locally in Trinidad and Tobago. Woo! All right, so welcome all and a happy Father's Day to all fathers feedback internationally, regionally, and locally in Trinidad and Tobago. Right, so welcome all and a happy Father's Day to all fathers feedback.
I'm trying to figure out why, because
need to experience this too, Priska, when I was doing the other thing. So I'm not sure why that is happening, but nevertheless, need to experience this too, Priska, when I was doing. There's a feedback somewhere. But yes, we do have examples. When we're growing up, one of the things we have to look for is examples. And sometimes people would lament and complain about the bad examples they've had about fathers. And where the fathers are not there, may have a father who had many children, he may not even know how much children he has, that sort of stuff. Or even if he knows, even if it's just one, sometimes the fathers don't tell the children that they love them. In fact, there's some fathers who curse their children and all of that stuff. But while those negatives are there are many, many positive role models of fathers who have been there. And those are the ones we want to acknowledge, congratulate, and highlight. There are fathers who would turn down job opportunities because they want to be with their children. There are fathers who would make sacrifices for what the funds they have to put towards their children, even though they're things they want to get for themselves, they prefer to get for their children instead. There are fathers who have would basically do anything, take their children to school, take them up from school, carry them to the workplace. If they're sick, they're ill, they do what they need to do. And of course, to give the guidance as to some of the lessons they learned in life, so their children would not follow the same mistakes. also to have the level of toughness and resolve that even if they are making mistakes, to let them make the mistakes so they can learn on their own, but to be there whether they succeed or not, right? And we have fathers who may not be daddies. There are fathers who are role models to their biological or even to non-biological, right? And they are fathers in their own way. There are some teachers, male teachers, who have been positive role models to their students. And to them, I would also say Happy Father's Day. There are pastors, preachers, ministers, religious leaders who are in some way a mentor to their followers, to their congregations. And to them, I would also say Happy Father's Day. There are leaders in communities, community leaders in different areas who would reach out to the youth, reach out to the underprivileged, and to those, I would say, Happy Father's Day. There are migrants who have left the country to different parts of the world, for example, to Atlanta, to have a better place for their son, as the case may be. And to those persons, I also say, Happy Father's Day.
You
Hey.
talking about me, boy?
Yeah. Oh, yes, that's right. So funny. You should be on, Marlon. I was now thinking about you. So yes, this is just a general stream by Marlon, himself a father. He's a music teacher as well. He has been fathering, in a sense, many students that come to the music school. And to him, I also say Happy Father's Day. Okay. And then, of course, we have persons who are leaders in different small businesses. There are bosses in even traditional companies who seek the attention, who seek the well-being of those under their care. And to those, we say Happy Father's Day as well, too. So in general, yeah. Happy Father's Day is not just for the daddies. It is for those who have in some way made positive impacts in the lives of many.
I'm trying to get you back, but you're down.
Mm-hmm. So that's my tribute to fathers today. I want to thank my own father for his role in bringing me up into the world. One of the things my father has always taught me from when I was young, there are a couple of things. One, if you don't have, do without. You know, there's some children, I want this, I want this, I want this. And he would say, if you don't have, do without. And he was right, because if we didn't have it before, I mean, we could still live without it. And that has helped me to be appreciative of the things that I have, not with the things I wish I had. Second thing he said also to me is, if at first you don't succeed, try and try again. Of course, this is things that you would, people say in general, but because my father told it to me, it made it personal. And that basically put the seeds in there to be persistent and to never give up, never give in when faced with challenges, right? So those are some of the things I would say about fathers, and a little memo of mine. Maybe anybody else in the call could share something about your father and what lessons that he has shared to you, or what you could share with your kids. So.
Oh yeah, my father. Wow, my father did so many things. When I look back, so many different. Good morning, Facebook. Good morning, all social media all across the world. Happy Father's Day. Michael, my father has been.
How many can leave it on?
I remember him almost like two years now that he has passed. But I remember some of the things that would be traditional. We all so busy, but there are certain days that you come out to be there. My father was one. You're sure you was hearing some pan music playing. You was hearing something local. And he was a pan lover, a Jesus lover too as well. you know, always helping in different ministries in church and so forth. But I remember, as I just reminisced this morning, and I have my mom here with me too as well on Zoom. I reminisce, you know, my father, all the years he would be there, supporting me and always supporting me. And I really, really thank God for his life. I thank God that he didn't have to go through. If he had died during the COVID, I don't know how it would have made out. Right? So everybody got a chance to come and give their well wishes before, because it happened just before 2020. So I want to dedicate this song to my dad, because I know he was a pan lover. So let me see. I'm going to do something called Tuma. Tuma is top of mind awareness. I'm sure people know about that. Let me just go back a little bit. Yeah. Tuma. And you should be able to see. Right, good. So I'm going to do a song by, I know Professor Fillmore was Fontclair. We live right behind Fontclair on Fronto Street. So of course, Pan was in the blood, because you're getting out till 5 o'clock in the morning. Back in the days, 1972, 73, 74, 75, 76. All night. That was tempo back in them. Fontclair was really Fontclair in them times. So I'm going to use Toma, which is top of mind awareness, right? I'm going to play a song, you know, one of his favorites, and which is Pan by Storm. I ain't no big practicing. These days, Michael and I very busy. Michael and I very busy. So I hope I could remember everything from it. I'll take it real slow, all right? I won't take it at the panorama speed. Well, this year, Michael, I'm celebrating 40 years in music. And oh, my mother reminded me, it's not last year, it was this year. So I said, okay, I'll do it this year for sure. But we're in the middle of the pandemic, so August the 1st will be, I call that day the 40 years for me because I think it was around that time, 40 years ago, we got a piano home in 1981, I think so. And I've been doing music for 40 years, and look where I've traveled to Singapore, Malaysia with the band Abstract. That's Rashot Jason, Gary, Daniel, and Johnny, Carver, Carver Thompson, Gabriel, and Gabriel Patrick Blackman, the Gabriel brothers from Muruga. So, we have, merged together back in there. So much things happen. I just want to just thank Michael. And if you remember this song, I'm going to take it back from Pleasantville Senior Sec, 1986. We had a song called When I Play It, You Must Know. With the singers, Cyndi Lauper, True Colors. I don't remember that. That was a time that, we had a lot of artists coming out, and they were just popping. Anita Baker, you name it. You all remember those things? So, there's so much things that I remember just going back just a little bit, just thanking God I'm alive. 40 years coming up, and I said, what can I do? I said, maybe I could delay it because, it's audience must be there, singers must be in place. Nicolette, To God Be the Glory. My tribute. 1989, Party Time. Party Time, 1989. Finals. I don't know if you remember that song, Get Here by Olita Adams. Yeah.
Yeah, don't know that one directly.
That was a big one. We jammed a lot in Pleasantville Senior Sec after school.
Oh, okay.
Andrews, sometimes Marlon Ransom, Darren Shepherd. We just be jamming, right? Of course, everybody knows this.
jamming.
Sounds like.
So jamming was a thing of the past.
That's right.
We jamming.
That's right.
Jamming.
Like this.
I hope you like that. Rap, stop. Bob Marley's son.
Hey, where the drums, Stone?
Man, I have to play them out. Rack, stack. They go,
That's awesome.
Yeah, boy, those are jam. Hey, I did a lot of music back in that time, and you know, Philip Rushford would have been one who would have Philip Rushford, who brought the first local band to Fort Williams, and would have transformed my mind in some of the leadership sessions back in 2003 to 2009, right, 2010, and I, as a musician, had to look down the road and switch my business strategy to survive. And since I down the road at age 60, and I was 33 at the time, I'm now 51, and say look at a different way of how you do business and can you survive with what you're doing. And I had to just leave the entertainment side of it. It was like I remember the last day I was on stage in Thailand in Koh Samui, and the last song they put for me to sing was "Missing You" by Puff Daddy. And I was like, I know every time I'm rapping the song, but when it actually comes for me on my last day, the tears in my eyes when I'm singing the song, I'm like, what is really me? It's my last day now, you know, and those were good times in Asia. Got a lot of experiences and so forth. And when I came back home, I thought I would have gone back, but God had other plans for me. And then that plans, Grace Music Ministry came around. Did a lot of ministry. Thanks to Brother Ackley and everyone in the ministry because it has helped develop my spiritual life even stronger in the last 19 years out of the 20 years that Grace is going to be 21 years this year. Of 19 years I've been in Grace. But I want to just focus a little bit on the business side. If it was not for business strategies with Philip Rushford, say look down the road at age 60 and see what you like. And if it's not what you like, then you stay inside the field, meaning go on and talk to persons who would have retired 5 years, 7 years in their field. And if it's that what you like, you love it. Well, if not, look for, the world is changing all the time and look for something. And I kept looking, lots of businesses. And we are thankful today that, we found actually one, Michael. We actually found one, not 10 years after. We found one at the birth of it.
Mm-hmm.
And also next week, Saturday, the 25th, 26th, 27th, the company would have launched. But it is the 20th, so of course the company would have launched and we would have been we'll be in a different space and time. And I really just thank God for this opportunity because we were to help families, support families.
Mm-hmm. All right, so we just lost Marlon Modest there. So while waiting, I guess, yeah, let me see. Yeah, computer came off apparently. Phone is on. But if while waiting for him, if Marlon Thorne, if you have any memories of your father, you willing to share?
Yeah, bro. Yeah, man. I hope you guys can hear me. Come outside. I gotta keep on this mask here.
Yeah, we hear
But
you very loud and clear.
right. But my dad, man, I was a spoiled kid. That's all I could say. Because I was my father's first son, and I kind of liked everything that he liked. He loved music. I love music. He loved carnival. I love carnival. He loved playing masks and making costumes and stuff. I love all that stuff. So he put a lot of appreciation for music and for the arts and stuff like that. And he was also a businessman, and he was an entrepreneur. I never knew my dad having a job. Um, First recollection of him, I know he was a taxi driver, but before he was a taxi driver, he was a mechanic. And I didn't know him working for anybody. And then eventually he actually became a pioneer in one industry in Trinidad. When folks drive in an air-conditioned car in Trinidad, they take it for granted. If your air conditioner isn't working, they're asking the driver, how come your air conditioner isn't working? But back in the day, air conditioning in a car was a complete luxury. And most cars came without air conditioning. So my dad saw an opportunity to install air conditioning units into cars. And he was actually the first person, or one of the first people that I know to actually install air conditioning into cars. So back in those days, he started out at the side of the street. But he was always immaculate in his dress and how he would perform his duties. He had his uniform. Even though he was at the side of the street, he had protectors to put on the people's fender and inside of their car to make sure, he doesn't dirty up the upholstery and stuff. And
Quality.
and he would we would have ministers, government cars, prime minister cars and stuff coming, because those are the cars that actually had air conditions that needed repair also. And then the industry started to spread, and he was able to move from there down to where the towers are right next to in St. James. Those big towers there? Right, he was able to open his first place there.
Okay.
And then his second place was up at the IDC Estates in Mova. So the company name was Thorne's Auto Air Conditioning. So he specialized in that, and he pretty much pioneered that industry. And then because of his love for carnival and stuff, he and my mom actually formed a carnival band called Thorne and Celestine Associates.
Okay.
So business, carnival, that's all he really was. That was his passion, right? But he was a guy didn't really like talk much in terms of like instructional things about life. But what I got from him was a never quit, never die attitude. He would suffer some tremendous losses, but he always had a real optimistic approach to life. He could always see another side of something and another opportunity around the corner, where everybody thought, when he lost his business, everybody thought that was the end of it. But, he was into land, he had bought land, and he was able to liquidate some of that and, make claw his way back. So, so that entrepreneurial spirit, even though, I could never claim to be like a 100% entrepreneur in my life. I've always mixed entrepreneurship and
corporate.
Some other type of corporate, but that spirit and that desire just to be free and not to be under the dictates of anybody. As always, I don't know if it was a blessing or a curse, because I walked off of many jobs because I didn't want nobody bossing me. But I wouldn't trade my life for nobody else's, And that spirit is I know I got it from him. I know I definitely got it from him. So he's passed now. He's been dead about 5 years now. But you know, that stuff that he put in our DNA, in my DNA especially. And he's responsible for me, you know, just loving to play music too, playing drums and stuff. You know, I mean, they bore with all the noise I used to make in the house when I was now learning. And you know, that's a treasure. So sometimes when I listen, like how Marlon was playing that music, and I listen to some of those songs from the past, you know, it brings good memories back, because we had almost every conceivable album in those days before CDs and MP3s and digital downloads. We had every conceivable artist, every conceivable genre of music. Like on a Sunday morning, we would start out, he had a routine. So he would start out playing Mahalia Jackson. And by the time, at the end of the day, we into Sparrow and Kitchener by the time 6, 7 o'clock in the night. So you're getting straight from gospel, straight to calypso at the end of the day. You know?
Wow. The full range.
Full range, cover everything. So he was a real special guy, man. And, you know, he spoiled me rotten, you know, you know, but I figured out life after my own college, University of Hard Knocks. I figured that out when I became an adult, you know? So it's all good. So that was my dad, Sidney Malcolm Thorne. Whenever you're driving an air-conditioned car, just think of Marlon Thorne's dad. All right?
Absolutely. I wish he was around. My air conditioner is down right now.
Well, my brother took over the mantle. He's pretty good. And he's in the Chaguanas. He's in the Chaguanas area.
Serious? Okay.
Yes.
So what's his business called?
Excel air conditioning or something like that. But I'll send you his information.
All right, cool.
Yeah.
All right. Wonderful. That's awesome.
Yeah, man.
And I see that Marlon Modest is back as well.
Yeah, I was just thinking, as you said, easy. I was just thinking of easy like Sunday morning. That's what the song you would have started with, and then that's what the show was playing in our home. So that was really big into music, you know. Just as I said, Marlon, we had when I came back from working ship for 1 year in 1993, I had maybe close to about 1 million CDs, because you know we now coming from cassette.
Right.
So you had almost everything. The DJ used to come by, used to borrow CDs to go to play.
Right.
And I was saying, okay, I said, hey, you used it more than me. Maybe I might as well sell it off or whatever it is. Every weekend, hey, yo, you're using the CDs? So, my dad, was a love of music. I think, and he loved, my dad would love some of the jam session of the ministries that Gracie will do. He said, hey, I don't know why I don't put it on a CD, that alone. He said that session. I said, well, that was a live session. I said, without nobody recorded to put it down like that, you know. But technology is here now, so we should be able to in the future. You know, so we did song after song in ministry, and that was
the truck.
Something I say, hey, I like that.
Home Depot.
You seen it?
Yeah.
So
where the truck is? Yeah.
So Michael, thanks again for open up that space because next year we sure going to the World Cup. Definitely. Sure. November the next year Qatar. November the 18th, I think it is.
Yeah.
And I think I know and you know, if you were in church, one of the songs that they would have played would have been this one. Oh my papa.
Oh yeah.
Sure hearing that.
Oh yes, we're hearing it.
Yeah. Somebody sent me that. I got maybe close to about 300 messages all morning.
Yeah, I still have to follow up on my messages too.
Watch me. I'm sure if I go now,
that's not. That thing will scrape up
70 messages.
Yeah.
But thank you all for all the Father's Day.
There's one more person I want to hear. That is, I see Colleen. Colleen, can you share us a little something about your father? What was memorable?
I said, lady called me, so I don't know.
Colleen? Okay, let's put on the audio, darling.
Yeah, any memories of your dad? What impressed you? What stood out to you? Anything he would have said that that made an impression on you?
My dad gave me my first keyboard back in 1981. We had a piano, 81. And the first keyboard came in 84. When I was going to church and I was playing in church with a one octave mouth organ. We had to blow into for the air.
Wow.
And he said, wow, that ain't making sense.
Yeah.
Just, you know, back in those days, you know, just buying a keyboard. A Casio HD 6000, that was it. And,
wow, okay.
And that was like a big brand back in that time. And you're like, okay.
That's interesting. I got my first keyboard from my dad around the same time too. And it's something looking like this, right? It's you know, it has, of course, all of the 101 keys, to call it, QWERTY, and this really helped me get into my industry.
Oh God, my God, you're not easy.
Look at I got my first drum set in about 1977.
77.
Yeah, with the Tama. Me and my dad, we were traveling. We were in Texas, and we walked into a store, and we say, "You like that drum set?" I say, "Yeah, I like it. All right, take it back." Now the guy back in those days in Texas, they're not accustomed seeing some black foreigners just walk in a store and buy something for that price, you know. So the guy wasn't really paying much attention. But when he see the US dollar start to come out,
yeah.
Full service, man, full service. I buy that bad boy and ship it down to Trinidad, and there's noise in the house every day.
Yeah. I think this one is closer to the first keyboard that I had. See it?
Yeah. Michael, you funny, yes?
Yeah.
There's a computer keyboard,
there's a Dell. Yeah, you got a Yamaha, I got a Dell.
Carly, talk to the people now. I want to close off.
Okay, what was the question?
All right, wanted to find out any memories of your dad, if anything that impressed you or whatever, things he may have said made an impression on you.
I need to get the carry on first.
Yes,
well, most of my life, my dad really was my mom. Because my mom and my dad, they got divorced. So we were with our mom. But even though he was kind of in our lives, but still wasn't really there. One thing I know is that he is a very avid politician. He was actually part of the Tapia political party with Lloyd Bess. So he was one of the main members there. And he also is a very avid reader, I should say, avid reader. And I inherited his whole library, the whole set of different books.
Wow.
All different books I don't even read. It's a lot of history, but into law and politics and societies. And actually, even though he took a long while to complete his degree, he plugged through in his adult years until he did, and that was one of the high points of his life. I think it was a degree in political science, yes? I'm not even too sure. So those were the times. We did have a okay relationship, but it's not real of the best. So as I say, my mom was really the daddy of the family.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's my Father's Day, what I should say,
memory
input into this this session at Marlon House.
Wow. Thank you. That was really awesome. Yeah. He's a reader and a studier, and that will encourage persons to never give up. People may say they're too young to finish their school. Continue. My mom also in her 60s. She's in her 70s now, but in her 60s, her late 50s, going into the 60s. She pursued until she got a college education herself, So that's pretty awesome.
I think you're accustomed to keep this on the plane, boys.
Yeah, well, my mom did the same thing. She finished, I think, 71. She finished the degree. And I was privileged to, to just say, wow, you don't give up, you just keep on going, and you don't grow.
Oh yes, I forgot one thing to mention is that well, both my parents were teachers. My mom ended her teaching life as a principal, my father a vice principal, and actually during the time he was teaching at Belmont Boys, so he was studying and working. And at that time, the Belmont Boys and Belmont Girls had to share the same school. I can't remember what was the reason. And so he showed where no matter what you want, you just have to persist and you will find a way through everything. So whilst he was working, he was studying, going to school in the evening, and it was rather interesting. Because that is the person he is, or he was, actually he is. Actually this year, August will be, let me see, my mom is 9. It's 11 years since he passed. Yeah.
Wow, 11 years.
11 years.
Wow.
Those years kind of really add up when you think about it.
Yeah.
Father's Day.
Thank you. So to wrap up, Marlon, I think with the theme of everything that was shared there, I have a mix of, I don't know, you choose one of these two. to take the session off, right? I would request either, if you can manage it, I know you probably could, either the living years or Nat King Cole Unforgettable, because some of our fathers are definitely unforgettable. Your mic is off.
Well, I think Nat King Cole. I'll try to do it. As I say, it's Toma, because of being in business so long, I've been really taking time. I hope next year, as I start to slow down a little bit in other fields, I'll have a little more time to come back into groove. So let me try that. I think I'll try it in F major.
That's what you are. Unforgettable too. Yes. Yeah. I'm listening to that, but using the word daddy instead of darling, you know, that makes it really, really personal. That's why, daddy, it's incredible that someone so it's incredible that someone so unforgettable thinks that I am unforgettable too. Awesome.
Maybe we can put out a few songs, from time to time, just keep the fingers growing after 40 years. You've just been locked into the music, just teaching music, just strictly teaching, almost like 18, 19 hours between school, teaching music, and when you come off 18, 19 hours, all you want to do is to lie down, eat, lie down and sleep. You don't want to do nothing else. So Michael, I really appreciate this time coming out and just supporting this last minute. Yeah, just give a dedication to all fathers early, because I know all the professional people who do it for a profession, right? They'll be coming out in the evening and have many different things on Facebook. I know we have a lot of business meetings on today. We have some meetings in Africa and different parts of the world. So I know a lot of persons are going to be chiming into those meetings. So
and one at 6 o'clock this evening too.
Yes, 6 o'clock this evening too as well. So yeah, so thanks again for all the fathers on the line. A big up to my boys and them, Asher boys, class of 86. Yeah, them boys and them there, they have kept me busy. They call me the pastor for the last 3 years. I don't know why, but it's called the pastor on the line. No porn inside the chat room. Got to keep it clean. Coming to me.
Yeah. I know about that. I'll go through that with the QRC section. You know, they just say, sometimes when they post something, they say, Marlon, don't open this. It's not for you. But you know, just your presence. Yeah, just your presence and being able to mingle with them. And because when they run into problems or they have something pressing in life, it's you that just call for prayer and different things, eh? But they go jam you in the group, you know, call your pastor, deacon, bishop. Yeah, that's cool. All of that's good.
I have no problem with that. So happy Father's Day to all the fathers and to all the mothers who hold on the fathers when the fathers are not there.
Yes.
All right.
Yep.
Okay. Happy Father's Day, everyone. Bye-bye.
Thanks for the opportunity. Yeah.